Hi guys. So today I decided that I'm gonna do my makeup and I'm gonna make a video and we're just gonna do all of it in one because I have my green juice. Because a lot of y'all ask me about my makeup sometimes, and then also like I just want to talk to you guys about something. So a lot of people ask me, and I'm gonna tell you guys what kind of products I'm using as I'm using them, and I have my mirror right here if you guys obviously so, and I already moisturized my face and stuff, and I'm gonna skip primer today because I don't care, and then I'm about to use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation in the color 345. I was using 330, but it's way too orange, and I got color match for 345, and plus it's summer, so I'm about to get a lot darker. But so yeah, a lot of people ask me a lot, how do you keep going when you feel like giving up? And I feel like that's a very it's a very complex question, and it's different for a lot of people. But recently I have been watching Bashar, and if you guys don't know who Bashar is, it is a man who channels a being from another dimension. I know some of you guys are gonna be like, what the hell? Here's the thing with Bashar. Pretty much, it doesn't matter if you believe that he's actually channeling this being. All that really matters in all of this is the information that he's channeling, is it relevant and is it helpful? And in my opinion, it is amazing. So, and I'm probably honestly going to end up buying some of like Bashar TV online because I just love his talks. It's so good. I'll do it right here for now. So in one episode of Bashar TV, he talked about how if you think you're done with life, ooh, that's better. If you think you're done with life, lay down, close your eyes, and if you count to 10 and you could open your eyes, then you're not done. Because the thing with this reality is, and the thing with this world and this life is, I don't want to get too deep. How do I want to go? If you guys are hip, I don't know. If you guys are well-versed in spiritual concepts, you know, one of the main concepts that we have and that I believe in, that a lot of other spiritualists believe in, is that we're spiritual beings living a temporary human experience. We chose to come here, and basically reality is not real. All this is projected consciousness. So, therefore, if you were really done, if your spirit is really done, then your spirit would take you out. Point blank, period. Either you would die in some way, or you would will yourself out of this reality, pretty much. That is what we believe. Right? And I love what he said. I love that concept of, well, if you're done, close your eyes, lay down, count to 10, and then if you could still open your eyes after 10, then you're not done. I love that because it's so simple yet so complex, because it really does dive into other concepts, which I really do believe. So I wanted to talk about like, let me put some on my neck. I wanted to talk about what to do when you feel like giving up. And I think a lot of people, especially in the spiritual walk, the way that a lot of people find spirituality is when they do feel like giving up, when they feel depressed, when they need answers, when they don't know what's going on with their life, and they're just like, okay, like, what, like, God is not talking to me, no one is talking to me. What's the point of all this, right? So I love that concept, and I want to talk about how to not give up when you feel like giving up. A lot of us have dealt with depression. A lot of us have dealt with anxiety, myself included. Suicide attempts, suicidal thoughts, self-harm. That's all. I mean, you could check off everything. the things that I've been going through or I've gone through in the past. And I think we can extend on Bashar's concept of the 10-second rule. I think the 10-second rule is a beautiful way to start, but I'm going to add to that. I think that if we can go in increments of 10, right? So start off with 10 seconds, and if you still feel depressed, if you still feel whatever, obviously continue to try to help yourself, continue to try to find help. But let's go with the 10 by 10 rule, right? Let's do 10 minutes. If you still feel bad, let's do 10 days. If you still feel bad, extend that. And I think by you having a set rule, if you are really down or if you are really considering terrible things, obviously the first thing I would do is seek help. The second thing, something that might help a lot of us is, and I'm using Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Macadamia. Something that really might help all of us is having a rule. That before you even think about doing that, before you even think about self-harming, before you even think about whatever, stop, calm down, count to 10, wait 10 minutes, or do 10 days, or even if you have to do 10 weeks. I think if we start giving it these concrete rules that you can remember, it might give you a little bit more time to really consider what you're about to do. I love that. I really do love that. I love the 10-second rule. And I think that can be really helpful for us, especially for those of us who deal with, who have dealt with self-harm. When you do those kind of things, you feel like it's the only thing that's going to release the pain. It's the only thing that's going to release the anxiety is by doing that. But if you give yourself a rule of, I can't do this. If I still feel this way, like I have to wait 10 minutes. You will find that you are stronger than that urge. You are stronger than that dark emotion. You are stronger than that force or that voice telling you to stop, to do it. You're stronger than that. And I think by giving yourself a rule, by giving yourself a time period where you can't do shit, that's really going to help put things into perspective, because sometimes all you need to do is breathe. Sometimes all you need to do is stop and think and maybe call a friend or call a suicide hotline. Sometimes all you need to do is go outside and think. Sometimes all you need to do is pray. There's these things that we do that are permanent for temporary problems. And if we really think, we can help ourselves, things will be better in 10 minutes. And even if they're not better in 10 minutes, I'm going to wait 10 hours. Even if they're not better in 10 hours, I'm going to wait 10 days. I guarantee you're going to feel better within some form of 10. I guarantee you. And this is speaking from someone who has dealt with all of the above. If I had this rule, if I knew this knowledge, then I would not have as many scars as I do. It's hard. And when you feel like giving up, that can seem like the only way. But when you feel like giving up, know that you're not only living for yourself, you're living for your purpose, you're living for your spiritual team, and you're living for your ancestors. You're living for all the people who came before you who want to see you do amazing, and you're living for the people who are still helping you in this lifetime, whether you realize it or not. And that's why I give thanks to my ancestors so much. You are so important. You are so important, and you are so needed. And if you weren't meant to come on this earth, then you wouldn't be here. You agreed to be here. Whether we realize it or not, you agreed to be here. We sat down before we came to this earth. We sat down and made an agreement of, this is what's going to happen to me, and this is why, and this is how I'm going to deal with it. Sure, some people haven't dealt with it in the best ways, but it's all a game. Like, life is all a game, a dream. Once you realize that, that's when you can really start playing with manifestation and law of attraction and all sort of kind of stuff. But that's another story. But once you realize this world isn't real and that you agreed to be here because there's a mission and a purpose of you being here, then Something that allows you to calm down and recenter yourself. Realize that you're not just living for you, you're living for so much more. You're living for a purpose. Your consciousness right now is in this time period right now to fulfill something. And yes, you might have been here before, but right now it's important because you are meant to be here for a specific reason. Basically. And so, one of the many different ways that we can try to calm down if we ever feel like giving up is the 10 rule. The 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 rule. Start off with 10 seconds, 10 minutes, 10 hours, 10 days, and I guarantee you in 10 days you're going to feel better. I guarantee you. And even if it's not, even if you don't, seek help. There's so many other ways that you can feel better. There's so many other ways that you can improve your life. It is simply a shift for a lot of us, not everybody, because there are certain diseases that are of the brain that are chemically, hormonal, things like that. But for a lot of us, it involves a shift in perspective. And even for those people who are more severe, it requires maybe medicine and a shift in perspective to facilitate what this medicine is trying to do. It's a choice. It's hard, but for a lot of us, it can be a choice. And you are so loved. So choose love. I don't know, man. It's hard because I'm drinking spinach, kale. Sorry, just got a message. Spinach, kale, oranges, and kiwis and water. It's hard because some of you guys know I have a neuroscience degree, integrative neuroscience degree, bachelor's of science. And I'm going to grad school, hopefully going to medical school. I am going to medical school, I'll just put it out there. But I'm going to grad school for biomedical sciences. So a big part of me knows the chemical imbalances. A big part of me knows the facts when it comes to these diseases. And I'm using Sasha Buttercup setting powder. A part of me knows that it's not that simple, but at the same time, a part of me knows that it is. Like, it's this dichotomy, and that's why I want to go into this field. That's why I want to go into psychiatry, because I feel like I can bring a new, fresh perspective into holistic medicine, especially when it comes to treating psychological disorders. But that's beside the point. So, like I said, a lot of you guys know I have a neuroscience degree. So I know the facts, but at the same time, I can't help but remember the times that I've went through. I can't help but remember the times that I've been in dark places and self-harming or attempted suicide and things like that. I can't help but remember that, and I can't help remember what saved me. I can't help but remember, or I can't help but know how I am now. I can't help but, like, think about how I got better from that. And maybe I'm not a severe case. Yeah, I'm not a severe case. But, like, I mean, I don't know. What do you even classify as a severe case? I mean, that's beside the point. But I know how much these practices have helped me, and I know what has saved me, and I don't know. It's a tricky thing. It's a tricky thing. It's a very tricky thing. And I think something simple that a lot of people can do is the 10 by 10 rule. For sure. That's how I feel. But, yeah. I think also the 10 by 10 rule, and like I said, living for something else for a while. Maybe not all your life, but for a while, it's definitely going to help. It's definitely going to help. Definitely going to help make things a little bit better for a minute. And also, don't be afraid to call on your ancestors. Don't be afraid to call on your guides. Don't be afraid to call on your angels, because they're always there. It's kind of like you're in a football field. Oh, I'm using the It's My Ray Ray palette by BH Cosmetics. I'm using the contour shade. I love this palette. Clearly, I'm like all gone. And then I'm using her brushes, her line of brushes that she came out with at the same time. with BH Cosmetics, and this is the brush, the number 2 brush for contouring. It's like you're in a football field. It's like you're in a football field. And your spiritual team is like your coach, like your coaches. Your coaches and your supporters, okay? So let's think about it like this. God is in the freaking, what you call it? You know, the mic room where you speak all over, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like God is at the top. Your spiritual team are your coaches. Your ancestors are like also in your coaches. Like, it's like, and you're on the field. Like, everyone is rooting for you. Everyone is trying to help you. But if you are playing the game and you choose to fuck the coach, like, or forget the coach, sorry. If you're just saying forget the coach and you're not listening to anything the coach says, the coach is going to take you out the game, or like, the coach is just going to stop trying to coach you because the coach knows that you don't listen to a damn thing the coach says. But if you stop for a second during halftime, if you stop for a second, right, and ask the coach, what can I do better? The coach is going to tell you. The coach is going to help you. The coach is going to help you. All the coaches are going to help you if you reach out and ask. But if you ignore them, then what? They're not going to step in and try to do drastic things in your life because they honor our free will. I don't know if that was a good analogy, but that's how like kind of like I picture it. And coaches will also give you tough love as well. So be prepared for that. But I'm about to use rosewater, organic rosewater facial mist to set my makeup because I want to look not matte, kind of dewy. I put a lot of this shit. This smells so good. It's roses. Okay. I love how you see how it's like already melting into my skin. But yeah. So you're playing the game not only for yourself, you're playing the game for your team, you're playing the game for your coaches, you're playing the game for the parents in the sidelines. You're playing the game for the whole purpose. Think about the team that you're playing for as a collective consciousness. You're here to contribute to the collective consciousness. And guess what? If you didn't want to be here, then you wouldn't have tried out for the damn team. You wouldn't have tried out for the team. That's really what it is. You wouldn't have tried out. Sorry, y'all. So, if you ever think that, oh, well, I didn't choose to be here. Yes, you did. Like, yes, you freaking did. If you didn't choose to be here, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be on the team. You wouldn't have tried out, period. Oh, I'm highlighting with Fenty Beauty. I have a lot of Fenty products. Hustle Baby and Mean Money. Mean Money, Hustle Baby. If you didn't want to be here, you wouldn't have never tried out for the team. Your existence is important. And guess what? If you're having a hard time right now, the game, there's always going to be halftime. And you're always going to have a relief. And there's always going to be water breaks. But you have to keep going. You have to finish the game. Because not only are you essential for yourself, you're essential for your team. You're essential for you're essential for your coach. You're essential for everyone behind you. That's just really what it is. So, yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to end the video there, even though I'm not even finished with my makeup. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Let me know if you like these kind of videos. I will definitely do more of them because these are a lot easier for me. Because I'm just talking to you guys and not even, like, thinking that hard about what I want to say. And this is just a lot more organic and stuff. So if you like this video, please like the video. Let me know that you like it, you know. If you guys didn't know as well, my birthday special ends tomorrow. But if you didn't care about the birthday special and you just wanted to book an angel reading with me or anything like that, of course you can still do that. Feel free. I am going to be gone all next week, but my scheduling is all on my website, which is yourspiritualmermaid.com. So yeah, you guys, I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace, love, and light, everybody.